All right. So welcome guys. And we'll look into our analysis today. So if you can tell me the pairs that we need to look at today. So I need one major x6 USD, another major USD x6, and one minor. First come, first serve. If you type on the charts page, that'll be good. So I've already got one. And then after that, so I've got a minor. Now I need one USD XXX. Now I need one USD XXX. All right. So looks like we're gonna be doing all right, that's good. I got them. Looks like we're gonna be doing USDCHF, CADJPY and gold. So it doesn't mean that we won't look at the other pairs. We'll just go through them very quick, but we'll look closely on these other three, then we can gauge what's gonna happen on the other ones. All right. Um, just a recap. I'm sure we did discuss this on the volatilities that was on Friday, if I'm not mistaken. And I love what I'm seeing here because this is the setup that I said is the kind of setup that we are waiting for. And it's good. If there's someone who took it, that's very good. It's actually a very beautiful ID50. Um, and yeah, we're gonna look into things like these when we go down to time frame blending. All right. Um, let's go back to currencies first, and we discuss those in a minute. All right, so we said we'll start with USD CHF. All right, USD CHF. There we go. Next to GBP USD. All right. Okay, so Ricky, I'll give you the floor. Since you suggested this one, tell us what you think is gonna happen, and then we'll see if there's anyone who thinks otherwise. Tell me whether you want a clean chart without any indicators, or you want one with moving averages only, or you want the normal template that we use. All right. So Ricky, I'll let you go for this one.
Okay, coach. You can do just the EMAs.
Okay, just the EMAs. All right.
And if you click on the W1 weekly,
Okay.
for me, looking at the weekly and the TDI, it looks like the weekly just give us a ID 50.
Okay.
Um, and so I want I think that USHIFA keep going up. If
Okay.
we go to the if we go to the let's see, daily, go D1 for me. D1. Okay, now go to we have the three we have the D1 for the three levels there. So you have your peak here, you got three levels here, and then it went down. I think it's going to reset. So it looks like it gave us a what they got, a V reset. I don't think it's going to come down and do a W. So if you go to the H4,
All right. So that's what you're expecting, right?
yeah, I'm expecting it to keep going up. Go to H4 for me.
All right.
So So I think it's gonna go. It's gonna do something like let me see, H4. Go to H1. I want to see the levels, make sure they're proper. Now, I missed this one actually because I was looking for a buy. I was looking for a buy for it to come back. If you see where I had posted my entry at the tip there. I thought it was going to come back and then go up, but now how I'm counting the levels, I will count them like I would count that as a W. I guess the second leg didn't come down as far as I thought it would. So it would be the W, then go up, and then up. So I think it'll give us one more level. I believe it's going to come somewhere around that part here, and then it'll pull back and then go up again. So I've on looking at this, I believe it has one more level for it to go up. If you go to your H4, I'll show you what I expect it to do. I expect actually to do like a head and shoulders almost. So I believe like this will be, and then it'll come. I believe it'll do something like that. So, but I do think it's going to definitely reach there before it starts to pull back. That's my analysis on you, Chief. So the USD will continue to go up against Chief Frank.
All right. That's a very good one. Who else has got a different opinion? If we are all in agreement, please say yes. If you feel like you have a different submission, please say so. I'll keep on stressing the importance that no one is wrong, no one is right until the price moves. So all we can do is to assess and speculate. So everybody should have an opinion, all right? Mirai Nashe, if you want to say your submission.
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much. Good evening. Oh, greetings. I cannot see it in places. Thank you very much, Ricky, for your for your assessments. I also picked something, I'm also picking something that might be of interest. Our previous interaction with the two other EMA, they never said uh, could that also be an indication of what would happen? I don't know if this makes sense.
All right,
That
you
is to say,
mean
from a weekly perspective, we
you
are
mean
on a
this one?
downtrend.
You mean this one?
Yes, yes. So
So,
from a weekly perspective, we have this sort of peak or this sort of consolidation. Then we have that one move, then a reset there, then this move, then a reset possibly there. And could that also add to the way we can look at it?
all right. So, that's another way of looking into it. Like I said, no one is wrong. That's a good submission as well. Because you know what might happen? Um, what might happen is this. You might have a scenario where the dealer, like what Ricky was saying, that he's not expecting to see a second leg, but he expects to see us testing this high and then coming down to this low and then have a head and shoulder. Can you see my pen?
No, it's not showing, Coach.
It's not showing.
I can only see the what? Yes.
This pen has got a problem. I don't know why. All right. Can you see it now?
Yes, we can see it now.
Wonderful. At least I asked early today. So yeah, like Ricky was saying, he expects us to test this high and then come back to the low and then go up, which is a head and shoulder. For those who don't know, a head and shoulder is this one. I'm sure everyone knows a head and shoulder, right? So that's a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder. Now, your submission, you are saying, since we had a sell here, there's a likelihood that after we tap this area, we might go down, all right? Now, I'm gonna explain something after we done the other side of USD, but in general, what I can say now is that yes, that is a possibility. Instead of having a V, we might also have a proper W, but I'm not expecting them to go below this low. They can come and clear stop losses and whatnot here, but I'm not expecting them to continue to sell. Why am I saying that? When the dealer forms a cycle, right, and moves level 1, level 2, level 3, remember what he does when he wants to form a reset. He will drop down, form a reset, and go up. This area, all right, I'll change my pen. This area of a reset, right, going towards a reset, can also be 2 levels or 1.5. Remember that. For example, you can have peak level 1, level 2, level 3, and then you have something like this. All right. I don't know if this is making sense. I'll try and illustrate it maybe the easier way.
Makes sense.
Right. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7, day 8, right? So these lines demarcate the days, all right? I just want to make sure that you get this clearly. So you have day 1, first leg, day 2, second leg, and then you go up into a consolidation. Then you start day 3, then you go up into a consolidation, then you start day 4, then you go up, right? So you've got level 1, level 2. What you're expecting now is probably day 4, first leg, into a consolidation, day 5, maybe into a consolidation, forming an M that's prolonged to be multi-days. Then day 6, you sell and give the first level, right? So you've got level 3, level 1, level 2, and then level 3. Now, when it's time to have the reset, so because you've got the first level going down, on the second day, you have something like that, right? Day 8, and then you continue into day 9, going that way. So this move here becomes like it's supposed to be 1.5 ADR, right? When we say 1.5 ADR, we are talking of ADR 148 pips, right? It's supposed to be 148 plus half of that. What is half of 148? That's 74, right? So we expect 148 plus 74, which is 1.5 ATR. But there are cases whereby it becomes 2 ATR instead, or something close to that. But that's exactly how it happens when it's going towards. So we are in that same situation now where we are anticipating that the USDCHF is supposed to buy. So if USDCHF is supposed to buy, like I said, I will explain something when we look at DXY, right, which is the USD index. Now, the fact that we're expecting USDCHF to buy, then that means for them to form a second leg, they should not break below that low. They should come all the way down and then go up. That is if they decide to form the second leg. So someone will come into the chart and say, but why is it we have level 1, we have level 2? Where is level 3? Remember, if you're forming a reset, you don't need level 3. You only need 1.5 ATR, or you need at least 2 ATR. Is that making sense? That's why
That makes a lot of sense.
that's why
That makes a lot of sense.
sometimes you've got situations whereby you only have 2 levels as opposed to having 3. And then you ask yourself, why am I having 2 levels? Where is the other level? For example, look at this peak, right? When they were trying to form this peak, I'm not sure whether that would be visible to some of you. They were trying to form this peak. They gave you the first leg of the peak and the second leg of the peak, right? But if you look closely, this move downwards, you can tell that if everything was normal, we would have expected to have a second leg here and then start going down. But that was not the case. What actually happened was we have a first leg and then we have level 1 move, we have level 2 move, and then we stopped at the 200 EMA, forming a reset. Then we went up for the second leg, and then we came down. So this entire move is responsible for forming a peak formation. This is where you usually find these 2 short levels. They happen usually at level 3 areas because you're trying to form a peak formation. But you can see when they were now going up, they didn't issue those 2 levels. They only went straight 1, which is 3 levels in H1, because here we're in H4. Now, if you then go to the H1, you should see 3 levels here on H1 and another 3 levels there on H1 to show you that this is 1.5 or 2 ATR. Now, let's put a box and verify whether that's even close, right? So we said 148. Right, 148, we'll check it in here. And then we said another one is, we said 74. Okay, and this doesn't have to be like exact, it can be close to there, all right? Now, you can see what I'm talking about. So from here to there, it's 1.5 ADR. Can you see it, guys? 1.5 ADR. That's exactly what we're talking about. So 1.5 ADR is actually showing you that the move from that leg going down, it's not even 2 ADR, it's actually 1.5. Because if it was 2, then we need this entire move again coming down here. So that is what tells you that I'm in a reset level. All right. Now, like I said, we'll explain when we see DXY. I've just thought maybe we need to throw in DXY in the mix. Not because there's anything too important about it, but let's just throw it in the mix and see what happens. So we are going to do time frame blending, but looking at this, we've said that we want to see the market go on a buy. Now, for those who will be wondering why a buy and not a sell, right? If you care, you can start counting levels all the way up to there. I don't have that time, but you can do that if you want. But this to me looks like a proper W, and with our first leg there, second leg there, and very nice, even though they didn't clear any stop losses below that first leg, but that's looking good. And we want to see us go beyond this area. And then in future, we want to see a time where we come back. Then that's when we will take our strong buys and go up. So already you see how we expect to see the year. Maybe that's February right now. Maybe that's June. Maybe that's September. And then probably December, right? This is just an estimation, December, before we go into the new year. But already,
Hey, I
sorry.
don't I, I don't want to mean to interrupt you, but I wanted
Mm-hmm.
to ask a question before we move on to the
Mm-hmm.
DXY. Go
Mm-hmm.
back to page 4 of UCHF.
4 hour.
Um, 4 hour, yes, sir.
Okay.
If you go back to the 4 hour, what I tend to have an issue with is the timing of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if UCHF is going to do the second shoulder, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it's going to go and do the second shoulder like that, my timing is me personally. What I would do is I would actually wait for a trade here for it to
Mm-hmm.
go up,
Mm-hmm.
and I would think that maybe it'll come next week, but that's
Mm-hmm.
not the case. It may do this portion next week, and then the week after, 2 weeks from now, it may do this portion. That's why I'm having my issue with the timing.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's very important. So that's part of what we'll talk about when we finish this entire analysis, all right?
Okay.
So keep that question for now, and then we'll
Okay,
come
boss,
back to it.
what about this?
Here, how are you?
I'm good. Please,
Mm.
I think for the sake of we are small boy now, I'm
Mm.
looking at this.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, which it shows a level completed on 1 hour that I push again, push, then push again.
I can't see your
Then
annotation, sorry.
you can see it.
Yeah, I can't see your annotation.
Ah, okay. Can you see
All
it
right,
now?
now I can see it. Yes, you're saying yes.
Yes. So I'm thinking of this movement here that is dropping like this. It
Mm-hmm.
can be a thing of help to most students knowing through 1 hour, because I remember you always emphasize to us that we should always make use of 1 hour,
Mm-hmm.
because the thing that the issue I'm seeing here right now, both on the risk and some of the people, whenever I look at their chart, is that when they look at higher time frame, they don't consider mostly 1 hour before
Mm-hmm.
the conclusion. Despite
Mm-hmm.
the fact that even though the higher time frame is showing us a MBS strong on the higher side, we should always use 1 hour to guide ourselves that there is a possibility that there may be a U-turn from here. Like
Mm-hmm.
this particular place now, if we look at it, from here, it gave us a second leg here, which it dropped 1, 2, 3 again, which
Mm-hmm.
is a sign to us that they might want to go up from there. They still push another 1, 2, 3, which everything are visible on the higher time frame. So
Mm-hmm.
now, me, I'll be looking at this is the second leg that's dropped like this.
Mm-hmm.
Then they move, they drop the second one, which is like this. Then they drop this third one, which to me, it might validate that, oh,
Mm-hmm.
this here is stand every chance to go up
Mm-hmm.
to me. So I would like you to please just buttress it in that manner to every one of us, because some people can pick it in that manner.
All right, all
Thanks so
right, all right. That's an important submission again. All right. Um, so just hold that thought for now, but I see where you are coming from. So we'll come back to this USDCHF. That's where we'll start it, because we need to analyze these peak formations, see their structure, and try and understand them, right? So we'll come back to this USDCHF because I see what you are pointing at, and then I'll try and answer a question. Please, if I don't answer the question, just ask it again, all right? Because I think it's related to what Ricky said previously. All right, so let's just jump straight to what was the next pay? The next pay was CADJPY. All right. One of my favorite pairs is USDJPY. I love it very much. I may not trade it often, but I love it. It pays and it moves. It obeys me most of the time. So when we do the likes of CADJPY like this, I know that, okay, it's something similar. All right. So yeah, let's talk about CADJPY. Unfortunately, Ricky is the one who said this one, but I would love to have someone do it instead. Who wants to come forward and do it? Anyone who is not Mirai Nashe and Ricky. I want someone different. All right.
And an analysis.
No, I want someone who hasn't spoken. I don't want Olu. I want someone else.
I can try.
Someone who hasn't said a word.
Yeah, I can
Ah,
try.
praise. Ah, that's good. That's good, man. That's good. All right. So what time frame do you want to start with?
Actually, this time frame we are looking at right now.
Ah, that's good. That's good.
Okay. I'm using my phone, so
That's all right.
let's try. Okay, so from here, okay, let me just pick a color. Can you see that stroke?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right, fine. So from here, I can see that here, this is a peak on 800 EMA. Then we have our first move here. That's our move number one. Then we have our 1350. I'm sure your 13 EMA is the black one. Then we have our 1350. Then now we move to level 2 here. Then from level 2 we okay, sorry, let me just break it down. We pull back there, we bounce on 50. Let's see. There, then we continue our movement to that. This was on another day. Then so this was a third push. 3. Then right now we have closed above the 50 there for the first time in the trend. I'm not really sure if there's a 1350 cross there, but I expect a move like that.
All right. All right. All right. That's a good
Yeah.
one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
What does you guys say? What are you guys saying?
Coach.
Mm-hmm.
Now let me just mark what he marks here. I think this is the M formation here instead of this here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is just level 1, level
Okay.
2. So then the third one dropped. Then they came to reset on this 50. Drop 1, 2. This is the third one. So the movement will now be depend on the higher time frame. My network always delay here. I'm very, very
Yeah, it always delays, but we got it now. We got it.
I'm
We got
sorry.
it.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm
That's all
sorry.
right. That's all right.
Okay, let me just measure it again now. So the peak formation is from the top. They drop it, giving us this, drop this, second, then this is the third, which they form a peak reset on the 50, dropping it, drop it again. And I think out of all the card JP, all the JPYPS, I think this card JPY is the one that is more clearer. Every other one are not that clear like this. If everybody we look at it and compare with me, this is the one. So this movement will now be depend on higher time frame. If we can go to 4 hours to see if really they want still to push up or they still want to drop further.
Okay. All right.
So looking at this is a very strong one. They drop, then they drop. So I think this is the strong movement here. So looking at this movement here, this is one, this is two here, this is the third one. So I think there should be a push, there should be a W, which they might give us a multi W on 1 hour, which will be this before they will push up. If that is going to be so, please can we just check the D1 lastly, sir? We are going to pray and say, Father. Okay. Tax one. I heard you. Thank you. So now, based on this, this I think this is one, and this is. I think this market will just come back to this 50. Then it's still gonna go down, or they should form a reset, which is what they are doing here. And this is just gonna do this and go to the top. So I think I'll watch out for these two setup as a reset to push more buy, or they break to give us a next level. Thank you so much.
All right. It's good when we get different submissions like this because you kind of see what people think, and it also helps for you to see what might happen. All right. So here's the thing. When Praise marked his levels, right? Do you all realize that he came down here and said he expects us to form a second leg and buy? When Olu marked his levels, he still said the exact same thing. Now, this is because this happens all the time. When you give two people the same data, they will come with different submissions, but sometimes end up in the same place and anticipating the same move. I've seen that happen a lot. It has happened even to me, where I look at the chart and I think, okay, probably this is level 1, 2, 3. Now we are probably at level 1, expecting a sell, for example. And then I say, but what if it's the other way? And then I still arrive at level 1. Or sometimes it actually contradicts, and I realize, no, level 1 on when I count the other way, and maybe level 2 when I count the other way, something like that. CADJPY has to give it that down for higher time frame. All right. So now this is what I will say, or this is what I usually do. Okay. Because you all started on the H1, so we'll start from there. Now I want you to understand that H1 can buy as you are expecting. H4 remains a pullback / sell, right? This is an example. Maybe that's what's happening. D1 remains a sell. And then maybe W1 remains a buy or a sell, right? This is just an example. Now, if you were to take this trade, please type on the chart page, what will you do? Which trade are you taking? If you were to take a trade, you've analyzed H1, H4, D1, W1. If you were to take a trade, what trade are you taking? So already I've got two people. One person is saying I'll take a sell. The other person is saying I'll take a buy. Now, this is where we end up banning accounts. That is where our problem is. And this is where we contradict as traders, because we then start to argue and say, no, but that doesn't look like a buy. I think you marked it wrong there. What, you know? And then you'll be like, I think mine is the one that's correct. I've seen that countless times, trust me. And it's a mess. But I will tell you this. If your bias, okay, if you were to trade tomorrow on Monday, let's say you want to trade tomorrow on Monday, you are supposed to take a buy tomorrow on Monday. Whether D1 is saying it's a sell, this is what we said we're going to talk about. So I'm already touching a little bit on it to clear this confusion, right? You are going to take a buy tomorrow because that is what you are expecting. You said the market is a level 3, so that is what you're expecting. If you do not want to take a buy, it still does not stop the market from buying. All right? So don't sell because you do not want to take a buy. Wait for the sell setup if it comes, right? If it comes, whether it comes on the 200 EMA or the 800, right? Maybe let's just say the 800, whether it comes to the 800. So it means if you don't want to take this buy, then wait for this sell. But if it was me, I would take the buy, right? So what it means is next week, US CADJPY is a buy. But at the back of my mind, I know that I want it to sell. I don't know if that makes sense. All right. According to H4, I want it to sell. So I am buying a pullback. And then on Wednesday or Thursday, all right, then the market forms the high of the week or the reset or whatever it is, or it's a V or whatever, right? Then I take the trade, which I have been waiting for. But at least I've been into this one. This is the timing part of it where we make a mistake. And sometimes we leave good trades because we're waiting for never coming trades. And when the market gets to the 200 or the 800, it just pins on it and it gives you this 4 top or 5 top M, and it hits on there several times. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You don't know what's going to happen in the future. So why not take the buy trade, put a stop loss. When the market moves, you protect your stop, your positions with the stop, and then let the market glide up. And whether the sell comes in H4 or not, then you take it. If it doesn't come, or they pin on there or do whatever, and then start to fall down and leave you, or fall down while you're sleeping, then you know that, no, it's okay. At least I took my buy and got something out of it. Now, your target for a
24,
buy,
28,
sorry?
and 64.
So your target for a buy, all right, if I take a buy from here, like really on the second leg, my target is right there. My first target, my first TP is right there, right? That is where I'm expecting to close or book my profits. Or maybe book some of my profits and then leave a runner because I'm still anticipating that maybe we'll get to the 800, right? And then my second target being that one. Why am I targeting that? Remember, we target price action and not indicators. So I'm targeting that high because I know by the time price gets there, this 800 will be somewhere around there. That's what will happen, right? It's because that moves, but price action doesn't. So that's why I'm targeting a high, right? That is closer to that 800 because I know by the time we get there, the 800 will already be there. That's how you trade, right? Anyway, we'll get to all this drama on the last part. Let's finish with our analysis. Now, going back into levels, someone is saying I'm highly tempted because I need the money now, not tomorrow. All right, going back into levels. I don't know whether I subscribed my Telegram or not, but we could have cut this and then say you can't see all that, right? You can't see all that. All you can see is that at this moment, right? This is very important, guys. So you have to treat this data as something that's going to happen in the future. So that means, remember those two levels that we were talking about, okay? You can see them right here towards the reset point. And this is what you do. You mark, okay, this is my peak, okay, or my reset. And then what happens the next day is the market does that, and then the market goes down, okay? So all you can see today, let me see if I can delete this box. All you can see today, sorry, the following day is only that. And it's not like this M is very small, right? So what I'll do is, I would say this is my level 3 into level 1. And then this is something like that, right? And then I move into the following day and I see, okay, consolidation. So nothing happened. The following day, I see another sell. And this sell spills into the following day, right? Then I say, okay, now I'm seeing my third level. Now that third level is exactly on the lows, right? You can call that if you want to use your resistance and support, but we are probably at a support there, but this is the previous peak formation. So you know that the market will react when it gets to that previous peak formation. There is no way it will just pass it without doing something fishy there. So it will react when it gets there. So what do you expect? You expect to see the market go up, right? Right. So you've got that there. Now, this is where it gets confusing because you read 1, 2, 3, and then you say, maybe this looks like a 4 or whatever. What I usually do is I mark it as a level for a start. Okay, I mark it as a level. And then I assume that this entire thing to me is all a peak formation, right? Which makes it level 3, level 1, level 2, and then I expect to see a level 3. Now, remember, you were in a sell, but you got here and you got out, you took a buy, and most probably your buy was taken out. It's part of trading, okay? Your buy was taken out. Now you move into the following day consolidation. The next day, you've got a drop. Now, what I do is I go back there and I say, okay, assuming this entire thing is level 3 with just a longer ugly leg, 1, 2, 3. Why did we not have a buy here towards the 800 EMA or a clear peak formation? Those are the questions that I'll be asking myself. And now the fact that I've seen the second push, that's when I say, okay, no, hold on a minute. This is my first push. This is my second push. This is my third push. There is a likelihood this is my reset. All right. I haven't seen in the future, but I'm just speculating that, okay, since it was not clear here, they also failed to make a W in here. I'm not in the trade at this particular moment, but they've fallen down onto there. There is no way they would extend the levels by 2 levels. There's no way they would do that. So that to me proves to me that this is a reset point at 50 EMA. That's level 1, that's level 2. So what do? The following day, I look for sales. Okay? The following day, I look for sales. And I know you're probably going to be in profit on the first day. Second day, you come back to your entry and you go back to profit and you're freaking out. But eventually, the last day, you get in profit. So your second level becomes this one, and then your third level becomes this one. So do you see how you arrive at that point? You don't assume. Now, the thing that makes me be sure that this is a peak formation is how the market moved down and interacted with the previous peak formation. Those peak formations, they form at support and resistance levels. That's standard, right? It is standard if you know about resistance and support. So they form there. So it's not a coincidence that the other peak formation came in the same exact area. And then they give me the reset and I go down. But you are marking this on a daily basis. So that means from here, I then expect to see the market form a peak. And what does it do? It buys instead and goes all the way up there. So that is me waiting and anticipating that, okay, if I'm going to take a trade, I would love to see you come back here before we can go up. So you are both not wrong, because I personally was also going to take, all right, hold on, let me show you this. All right. If I had not clearly studied it, I was also going to say, okay, this is my entire level 3, right? That's what I was going to say. And say, this is my entire M formation. And then that's my first move. All right. Make that my first move. Oh, sorry. What am I doing? All right. Yeah, this is how I was going to do it. Too many boxes. And come here and say, so I've got level 1, level 2, and now I've got level 3. All right, so maybe let me put the consolidation onto here, something like that. All right, so initially, before carefully checking it, I was going to assume that this is my M into a consolidation, my second leg into a consolidation, right? My third push into level 3, right? And then say I'm expecting a buy. So that happens sometimes. That happens. And for you to also, another way to also solve situations like this is looking at other JPY pairs. What are they doing? All right. Looking at other JPY pairs, it helps you. Like, what is it that are they doing? Where are they? It will then tell you, oh, okay, other JPY pairs are here. So that means this one is also here. Or looking at other card pairs. All right. Now, let's look at ADR and say 108 is our ADR. 108. No, let's just do times 3 ADR. That'll make it quick. 324. All right, look at that. So your 324 ADR is the move I'll put this one here. No. Your 3 ATR is the move from there to there. Now, see that. See? So that becomes your first portion move, which is the 3, 1, 2, 3. And then the second move, 1, 2, 3. Right there. That portion right there. So all these tools, you need to use them. Don't depend on one thing. Don't just depend on consolidations. Don't just depend on ATR move. All these things, they should help you. Even the moving averages as well, they should help you. Everything. Have everything with you to confirm that, okay, this is what I anticipate is my move. And you see things will be so easier for you. All right. Coach, as for me, when counting levels, I look for 1350 cross, regardless of the proposed method. Hence, for me, I wouldn't have recognized the first drop because 1350 hit and cross. Right. I agree with you. I agree with you that 1350 had not crossed. So you are 100% right. Like I'm saying that, yes, you can look at 1350 cross and say, this is my level 1. But remember, 1350 cross also says where there is the cross, it is also your level 1. It doesn't entirely say that your level 1 is coming. Where there is the cross, it can also be your level 1. So that means this can also qualify as your 1350 cross in that area. I don't know if that is making sense. So it's not always the case that where 1350 cross means level 1 is coming. It can also mean where it is. It's actually level 1. You get the point. So you need to be careful. Don't just use one method. Use several methods to support what you see. But all in all, higher time frames are the ones that will tell you what's going on. All right? Higher time frames are the ones that will tell you what is going on. Right. Someone is saying, how does the TDI look? All right. So this is how the TDI looks. And this is how it looks on H4. So you can tell on H4 that you probably formed your first leg. I would expect this to go like that. And that shark fin is the result of the reversal. So if we can come down, that is what I would expect to see. That's what I would expect to see from the 4-hour perspective.
Hey, Coach.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to explain like you about the TDI. Like you see how the TDI you want it to come down and bounce most likely from the NBL.
Mm-hmm.
Like now, is that that would be first leg, second leg? But how do you like explain it? Is that divergence? Okay, so I think somebody just said it. Tabson just said it. So is
Yes.
that considered divergence when it does that?
Yeah, yes. You've got different types of divergences. So yes, 100%.
Okay, so
100%.
explaining that, I wanted to because I found from the different time frames, so the time frame blending. So I found that with because I use the ID50, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
use the ID50 off of the week one and the D1. The reason being is because what I've noticed is that the using the 50 EMA and the 200 EMA, when
Mm-hmm.
the weekly hits when the weekly is bouncing or going to bounce from the 50 on the 50 EMA, you would get a divergence or NBL bounce from on the
Mm-hmm.
4, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then when the D1 is hitting the 50 on when the D1 is hitting the ID50, you'll get a divergence on the 1 hour. So that's how I'm able to find my peaks. Like that's really helped my trading a lot.
Yeah,
If you understand.
that's very good. 100%. That's very good. The way you are saying it. It does help. But then the other thing I would say is when it comes to divergence, use it mostly when you're looking at peak formations, all right? Not just anything. For example, you're looking at this here, all right? Use it when you're looking for peak formations, not just anything, because you run the what do you call this? You risk losing because you're just seeing so many divergences. Anything can be a divergence in here. Anything, even that can be a divergence of that. All right. Anything can be a divergence right here. Okay.
Okay.
So you
And the
need, you need to be careful of what divergence are you looking for, which is why it then goes back to your levels to say, have you counted them correctly? All right. But what makes my life easier on this one is because time and again, we are seeing shark fins. The moment price goes out of the boundaries, it has to correct. Okay. So that here we are on the daily time frame and we've seen price get out of the boundaries. So automatically price has to correct and come back in the boundary. And by so doing, we get a buy or a pullback. Yet on the 4 hour is the opposite. The shark fin is above. All right. So what will happen is this move on the 4 hour won't do much on the D1. It won't really affect it that much. All right. You don't affect it that much because it's just come and it might not come and touch the MBO. It might not, it might do something like this right here. But all I'm saying is the move might not be that significant, but it will come inside because it has to correct and then give you a buy in order to correct the TDI for D1. So that's very important. Every time price goes out, it has to correct every time it goes up. But that doesn't mean if it comes out, you then jump on it. Because remember, this one came out here, all right? Which coincides with some point there. So that doesn't mean that because it came out there, then it should correct there and there. Remember, like exactly what I said, it's moving outside until there. And then that's when it started to correct. Now we go back to levels again. Levels are the ones that's going to tell us where we are and if the correction is feasible in that moment, whether it's going to happen or not. All right. Let's move on to the next pair. I don't want to spend too much time on this one. Let's move on to the next pair. And then because we still have got a lot of stuff to do. All right. So we've done CADJPY, we've done USDCHF. So, okay, maybe let's jump on to volatilities and just do two and then come to what we wanted to talk about today. All right. But just expect that what you're expecting on the USDCHF is going to be the opposite of Euro USD. Maybe before that, let me see if I can pull DXY so you guys can just have a look at DXY.
What of all bosses, it remain gold, gold, gold.
Yeah. We'll pass through there. We'll pass through there. All right. So, not enough information. Okay. Let's get this one. Can you see my chart?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we
All
can,
right.
Coach.
All right. So, for those who are looking for the TDI, it is right there, and it shows you the divergence and whatnot, everything, on TradingView. All right. So if you want it, you go to your indicators and you search for TDI Traders Dynamic Index plus RSI divergences, and just put it in there. It's good to show you all the things that we've been talking about. Now, this is DXY. All right. One thing I love about futures is that they're so clean, very, very clean. You look at the monthly time frame, all you can see from the monthly time frame is a buy, right? Yeah, that looks like the lowest point. All you can see from the monthly time frame is a buy, right? So what it means is that you've got your peak formation right there. You've got your first push into a consolidation, your second push into a consolidation, and now you're expecting to see your third push. But it will not push just like that, okay? There's going to be pullbacks and whatnot and all those things. So expect all that. But looking at the recent price action, which is happening here, so we know DXY is a buy, which makes USDCHF automatically a buy and Euro USD automatically a sell, right? This is the monthly time frame, remember. So because of that, we then have this nice W here, support area where price has been. I always confuse this support resistance thing. Okay. Where the market has been hitting the same price for a long time, and same applies on the top side as well. The market has been hitting pretty much the same area for a long time now. Okay, so this is what you have. So that's typically a consolidation on a monthly time frame. And then it so happens that we have broken the neckline, which is the high of that consolidation. We've gone out, closed out, formed another candle, closed out again, and now we're coming right back inside. So where are we going? We are definitely going into these areas, which is the neckline. All right. You can use this neckline, you can use that one. It's still the same thing because they are more or less in the same level, right? So we are coming into the neckline. So because we are coming into the neckline, does it mean we have finished the move? Probably yes, probably no. Why am I saying that? Remember the candlestick pattern that I was talking about? Perfect candle. Break the high of the first candle and close below it. And then what happens next? The second candle will form the high of the week or the month or whatever, and then start to sell the movement of the first candle. So it can sell 50%, it can still sell 100%, depending with the direction where the market is going. So that is exactly what's happening here, right? So that on its own was going to tell you that we were going to have a sell as soon as that small doji candle formed. Now, the bias is we want a buy, all right? The bias is we want a buy, but we will not neglect what we are seeing here. We want a buy, yes, but then the market still needs to come within range. They've broken their high, they've cleared stop losses, taken orders, and done all that. Now they need to come back into this range, right? They need to come back into this range. So we've broken the high. They need to come back into that range, which is why I said the neckline is the perfect place for the market to come back into. When they come to the neckline, they are testing the neckline and then they go up. So that is what you are actually expecting. Now, have they finished doing that? We don't know at this stage, but maybe smaller time frames may tell us. So let's go to the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame, this is how it's like. All right. That makes it even a little bit more beautiful. The same price action that you saw on the monthly time frame is the same price action that you're seeing here. Okay. Perfect candle. Breaks the low and closes above the low. And then expect a buy on the following week. Like that. How good is that? It makes life so much easier. All right. Same thing that happened at the top here.
It's even show on the other time frame that you just left when they wanted to go up, sir. Show
Sorry.
below. It show below. This perfect candle sign. It's also show below. If you go to the other time frame you just left, I think down monthly. If you show it, if you go
Oh,
yes,
the
when they wanted
monthly.
to stop. Yes, go down, sir.
All right, monthly.
That's
Ah,
it.
you mean here? Ah,
Yeah.
yes. Ah, yes, yes, here. Yeah, it even short here. Yeah, perfect candle there. Break the low, close above the low, and then what happens next is this move. It doesn't mean that you enter blindly, but you look at the structure and then say, I know a peak formation will form here. Or maybe that low of that middle candle is already the peak formation. Or maybe it has moved only level 1, or it has moved level up to level 3, and they're about to go for a reset. So you know we're gonna be in this for a long time. That's what it means. But this one, we cannot be in for it on a long time because the direction is upward. So we're only there for a short moment. But this one can then say, yeah, we might be in for a long time. You can see another price action here again, where price pulled back, broke the low, closed above it, and then what happens next? The market went for a buy. These things are visible everywhere, guys. They're visible. These are some of the things that I look at. Sometimes I go to the chart and I open it and say, okay, I want the weekly chart and the daily chart. Show me a pair on the weekly and the daily chart where they closed the last week, and that last week broke the low or the high of the previous week and closed below or above it. And it's a very nice, simple doji or nice, small. I don't want big candles, like big, ugly candles. I want something that is, small, short, and good. Something like that there. That's what I would be going for. Or something like this right here. And I can guarantee you guys. All right, maybe let's move to Euro Odd and then we'll come back to DXY so that I show you what I'm talking about. I remember, oh, why do I always say UAD? I remember telling you that Euro Odd was gonna be a buy. I remember this very careful. And it bought for the entire 2 weeks. Look at that. I remember saying that's what was going to happen. You see, I even marked the chart and I even forgot about it. I said this was what was going to happen. And look at that. A very nice move. Okay, let me delete this. A very nice move to the upside. And I even said the market was going to come down first and do blah, 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 clear the low and then go back up. And it went very well. All right. It did very well there. It did very well. But these things, you need to train your eyes to see them. You need to train your eyes to see them. So what I had seen on the weekly time frame, the way I saw it was, I saw perfect candle, and then I saw this one, clear the low and close above. And then, unfortunately, like I did explain on the previous video, how this one moved to the areas that we did not want it to go to, but still okay. it cleared the low, but make sure that it comes back there, because your CRT model, you can have many candles forming that, not just one. That's also a possibility. But I was blending it with levels to say I'm already at level 3. I'm expecting to see the buy, and this buy is supposed to come. And guess what? The buy came. And that was a good trade. I remember start of the week where I said I'm holding Euro odd, and this was a very good trade. And what do you expect going on from there? You expect even more. All right. Why? You are at a neckline area right here. All right. I know this is ugly, but you are at a neckline area. That's what you are doing. Okay. Right there. You are at a neckline area. This is why the market is reacting the way it is reacting. So you've got a nice big W right there. Nice big W right there. And then you've got that neckline and price testing the neckline. All right. We're now saying too many things. That's not where I wanted to go, but I wanted to show you that. So that's exactly what you are expecting on DXY. All right. So we were in W1. So that's exactly what you're expecting on DXY. So the fact that you are seeing this buy, so it means USDCHF is supposed to be a buy as well. So that confirms it. And then Euro USD is supposed to be a sell. Now, it doesn't mean that the market won't pull back. It might, okay? It might pull back. Now, let's look at this. So from the D1, all we can see is just candles going up. So the momentum is so much that we're going to buy. We haven't seen the reason why we should sell. But bear in mind also, there's a possibility that price might react at this point. Okay, it's only that these are big candles. That's why it makes it so ugly. But let me just make it small. All right, so that you can visibly see it. Price might react on that day. Where is it? I'm trying to show. You've got an M. Okay, so price might react there. It might react there. Simple, because it's just a resistance area, so it might react to it. Okay, it doesn't mean it might not break it, but it might react to it and maybe come back down for a short while before it goes up. Remember what we said about USDCHF? We said we want to see that level, third level, and then we want to see the market coming back down and going back up. That is what it's explaining. That's why we're going to see a reaction right there. That's the whole reason. And then come back down, form that reset we all wanted, maybe at that level, and then go back up. These things are supposed to, what can I say? They're supposed to, blend in together in a flow. They're supposed to flow. All right. You're moving down time frames, but everything is supposed to flow and just work out. Look at the 4 hour. The 4 hour doesn't give you much. What I mean is it's a clear buy side move. There's nothing really stopping it from going further. That could be our first push up. And also in this case, you definitely have got 2 levels as well, and you want to see the third level, right? So that's self-explanatory, exactly how we saw it on USDCHF. So there's nothing wrong having the market push a little further up and then come back down, because this goes with the USDCHF. So the other pairs are the opposite. All right. Now, I don't know if people are still here or sleeping.
We are here, coach.
We
All
are
right.
here. We
All
are
right.
here for you.
All right. That's good. That's good. As long as you're still with me, that's good. All right. Because I'm trying to rush this so we can do much more. Now, I will leave the currencies for now, but remember, we still have to talk about the time frame blending part, which will obviously involve currencies and volatilities and whatever. So let's go to volatilities, right? So volatilities, which one are we supposed to analyze? First come, first serve. We only need 2. Unfortunately, these ones, you can't say XXX, what. If it's selling, it's selling. If it's buying, it's buying. And that's the only thing that will be doing. The other pairs will be doing totally opposite. Which volatility pair do you want us to do? We've got Boom 1000.
There is Bisham, Basham. Sorry if I didn't pronounce very well. Those are the gang of volatility.
Yes. All right, so we've got Boom 1000 from Praise. Who else has got another one? I'm sure people always ask me these things during the week. So someone should say something. Why are people now delaying on volatilities? Does it mean the volatility people have gone to sleep?
Yes, so they are not here.
I mean, if we don't have to analyze them, there's no need. I don't mind, because I'm not trading them now because of my VPN not working.
75.
So let's do the Boom 1000 and then move on to
Okay.
to our time frame blending thing. All right, I think that'll be good. It's good to have one. All right, this is one of my old templates. You know how I started drawing these
This is the quarter theory.
theories. Yeah.
Theory, yes, quarter
I
theory, yeah.
literally
You're right.
drew these like physical on a chart, creating the templates. It was a tedious process, but they did help me. Then I figured out, nah, I can't do it for the entire chart. That'll be forever. Okay, yeah, this was still COVID era. All right, so it's good to learn new things and all that. It does help. All right, let me put a better template, clear that one. Okay, so Praise. Maybe, do you wanna do you wanna analyze the pair first? Because I prefer people speak first so we can hear where you are coming from rather than me just talking by myself. Because I can tell you, oh, this is what I expect, blah 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 blah. But if you speak up yourself, it becomes so much easier. So do you want to analyze, or is there anyone who wants to analyze? These are candles, guys. Anyone can analyze this, all right? So do you want to analyze Praise?
Yeah, I would like to, but unfortunately, the device I'm using gives me problems when I'm
Oh,
about
yeah.
to
Okay.
highlight.
Okay. No, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So
Anyone
you
else
could,
who would want to analyze before I do? It's candles, guys. Candles. Just look at them and
Since we don't,
and assume.
since I
Yeah.
don't trade it, but let me just give it a try.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Trade them. So now, looking at this monthly here, the monthly has given us a force, a push here. This is another push here, meaning that this month there's going to be a little pullback to give us. But can we check the other side? Because I see this one as a second leg here. I saw this one as a second leg. This is a second leg here. So
That,
why? So that's what I see as a second leg. So can we go to the next? I still see there is going to be a buy here, because if you
okay.
look at this formation here, can you just help me to increase the candle by zooming out? If you look at it here, instead of this thing to give us a shootout there, it gave us here, then the closest back inside here, this way, and they couldn't even break it. So meaning that there must still be a continuation, because this is 1 month, this is another month, so there should be a continuation. Maybe this is the continuation they want to give us. So but if we go to the next time frame, weekly time frame, sir, to see if there is any more picture there to go with. So looking at this place, I can see clearly here, here like this. So meaning that I'm still going to be expecting to
Mm-hmm.
50, or they continue like that to
Okay.
50, or this, because this is another formation of that candle to validate maybe they want to continue from here upward. So but with this I'm seeing here, this might be a second leg they want to do to come here and give us the next one to push to the top. So I'm still expecting a buy. So can we go to daily, sir? On daily time frame also, this daily time frame is just showing us this of multi, so which means that this might want to come back to this 200. Yes, it might want to come back to this 200 because of this and come and give us a continuation for a buy. So I'm still expecting a buy, but I'm expecting a pullback to this 200 first, or they should just come to this place or this place before they will now continue the buy. So can we go to H4 to see more of it, sir? So on the H4 part of it, the H4 gave us this, which is a reset. This is a reset sign because this is a complete drop, and this is a half of this one that they push here, half of it. So which is a reset. So they might come back to come and just test it, or looking at this level here that they have given us a clear push to the top. So, and this is like a safety trade here, like a safety trade. So this is like a safety trade. So all I'm saying here is to just spot a buy. So 1 hour, sir. Lastly, so yeah, there's a perfect one here. So this perfect one is just like this market will not go beyond here because this has already given us a very strong one here. But I don't like this formation. I don't like this formation here. So maybe they will come here to give us a nice one and go to the top. So which this will now be a level 1, level 2, level 3, then another level 1, level 2 to complete the last movement to the, so boom is still gonna be a much buy. It's gonna be a much buy. It's gonna be a much buy. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thanks for the submission. Ricky is saying I agree. So that's very good. Both of you are agreeing. All right. So the problem with volatilities is that you do not have data on the left-hand side. So you cannot
Yes.
tell whether you are coming from a peak formation or from level 1 or from level 2. So it's hard for you to tell that kind of information. So what you do is you ignore levels on the higher time frames, right? For now, ignore levels on the higher time frames until we have enough information, and that will take years. Okay, it will take years for us to see, unless the dealer forms maybe say a peak formation here and then starts to sell 1, 2, 3, then that's when we can say, oh, looks like we might be getting some structure. But at the moment, there is no structure entirely on this pair in particular on a higher time frame. All we can see is those previous areas where there was a consolidation, but consolidating coming from where? We do not know. All right. Now, if I look at this candle stick pattern right here, just by looking at this myself, I can tell that this is first leg and that's second leg. All right. I can tell that there is an M formation if I go to lower time frames. So, sorry, when I say first leg, second leg, I'm not saying this is first leg and second leg on monthly time frame. No, on the smaller time frame. I can tell you that this is an M formation on the smaller time frame. This is an M formation on a smaller time frame. All right. It can be W1, D1, H4. All right. Now, that being the case, from the monthly time frame closer here, there's nothing that we can see except price being rejected in these areas. Okay, price is being rejected in these areas right here. but there's nothing that can stop price from coming down once more before it can go up, if it will go up, or continue going down if it will go down. All right. So we do not know what's going to happen based on the monthly time frame. All right. Now going into the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame starts to be interesting because you can clearly see that there seems to be a peak formation that was formed at some point, and we've got a reset that was also formed at some point. So there's a likelihood whenever this instrument was formed, we were coming from a completed cycle, but we do not have that data, so we can only assume, right? Now, then looking at this, you can tell that we have a W, a level 1 consolidation, level 2 consolidation. So at the moment, we're in level 2 consolidation. We're expecting to see buy, all right? But where will the buy come from? We want to see the buy coming around the areas of the 50 EMA. You can see how I'm marking price action and not the EMA, right? If not here, maybe there. When it gets there, maybe this will be there by then, all right? But that's what I would expect us to do before we can get the third rise. So rise 1, rise 2, and rise 3. So overall, it's a buy, but at the moment, it is a sell, all right? Overall, it is a buy. At the moment, it is a sell. Please keep that in mind. Now, this is already time frame blending, the way we are doing it. Overall, the bias is a buy. But at the moment, the market is selling to a position where we want it to buy. So we can't take buy setups, we can only take sell setups, right? Now, someone might argue and say, what if the pullback you are waiting for is the pullback that has already happened? 100%. That could be a possibility that this actual pullback is the one that we were waiting for, and the market just glides upwards. That's 100% a possibility. It can happen, all right? Because that's a pullback. So it can happen that the pullback has happened and we are now ready to go up. So how then do we determine whether the sell has finished and we've taken the buy that we were waiting for, which is the bias? We will then have to see on the smaller time frames what the smaller time frames are saying, right? We go to D1. Now, looking at this on D1, you can clearly see all these 3-level moves going up there until you get to this point where you formed a peak formation, right? And then after forming a peak formation, you went all the way down towards the 200 EMA. And after getting to the 200 EMA, which is supposedly our reset, the market then went up and then came down. So to me, this is still a consolidation phase, right? This is still a consolidation phase. What it means is the market can go either way based on monthly, weekly, and daily. The market can go either way. It can continue up as a buy. It can come back down and give you a second drop and then go back up. However, me being me, my expectation is that when you form a peak formation, I would love to see some price action like this one, right? If you are going down, or if you're going up, I would love to see an M formation, a W, and then something like that. If you're going down, if you're going up, sorry. Now, looking at this, all I can say, I can't really say this is a second leg, this is a first leg. It looks too tiny, but I will not neglect it. Maybe this as well is also part of it. That's what volatilities give you sometimes because it's ugly. I may assume that this is an M formation and this is a W formation, and then the market went up and then the market came down, and now it's right there. So my assumption is that this is where we are. We probably have a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder. All right. That's my assumption. Now we want to see this price action right here, whether it's showing us any rise or not. All right. So going to the 4-hour time frame, this is what you have. You have the first level rise and then a pullback. And none of those pullbacks have gone beyond the 200 EMA. They're basically sitting there at the 200 EMA. So if it was me, Praise, I was going to wait to see what happens in this area, whether we close below these lows. If not, then I will gladly take the buy. Like, for example, starting the new week, right? Yeah, we're starting the new week. I would love to see how price reacts in this area. If it gives me maybe say a pin bar like this one, then I will gladly take the buy. If it comes here down, clears the stop losses and then closes above, I'll take the buy straight away, right? If you come to H1, okay, from your H1 perspective, even your levels are not clear right here. You only have that, and that's it. And then the next thing is just a consolidation. So like what Olu was saying, I want to see how we will react to this loss. That is what's important to me. I want to see how we'll react to this loss, because this to me is just a consolidation. Nothing else, just a consolidation. What we do to these lows is what will determine whether we'll start buying straight away. And I'm suspecting that's what's going to happen. We are going to clear the lows, form a pin bar, and then a nice small W, and start to go up. That's what I think is going to happen as far as Boom 1000 is concerned. Do we have any price action that suggests that we might have perfect candle cleared the low? At this stage, there's nothing like that. There's no price action like that. Yep.
So on day chart, there is that a cord of wood in terms of candlesticks?
So the cord of wood is this one.
Okay, what about that one, which is where we are currently?
This is no longer a cord of wood. It's just a consolidation. It was a cord of wood if we had these 4 price action candles right here, there. But the moment we are doing all that there, what guarantee do you have that this current candle will not close up there? You get the sense? The market can start buying right now and close right there and give you another one. So that's, to me, that's more of a consolidation at this stage now. It's no longer a cord of wood, just like something like this on your left-hand side. This is, yeah, it's not a cord of wood, but it used to be, all right? But it's no longer a cord of wood because of this candle right here. So a cord of wood at least should be on that second leg or first leg, and then you should see a drop and the market should not come back to that point. So you are at a you are more like at an ID50 level on the daily time frame. I would expect they didn't want to come back down here. So you're more like at an ID50 level, sort of. So if right now, now this is interesting. If it happens, praise that this candle that we're seeing now closes as it is, right? If it happens that this candle closes as it is, I can put I can put my money, sell your car or everything and buy this pair, all right? Because what it will mean is that this will be a perfect candle, and that will be a doji, and we are on D1. So there's 90% chance that the next candle will go up. All right? Yes. There's a high percent that it will form something like this on your left-hand side, something like that. So there's a high percent chance that this will happen. If today, and I don't know what time today is closing, but I can see we are likely going to have something like that. So I can guarantee you, start of the day, we're going to have boom 1000 just popping up all the way up, maybe halfway to that candle or the entire candle. I don't know. But I suspect if this closes like that, that's exactly what you're going to get. All right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. If you go on your H4.
H4.
Yeah. So you can see there's a 1350 cross which they are pushing for there.
Yes, right. That one.
That one. Yeah. So that usually confuses me in the sense that 1350 crosses indicate like a potential downward move on this one. For them to go higher up, they first need to have like a 1350 going down, then another 1350 will then go up. So
right. So let me show you something. So what you are saying is 100% correct, but you explain this to me right here, right?
Okay.
You see that? So it's not always the case that when a 1350 cross happens, you're going to have a downward move or whatsoever. This happens on level 3, right? Level 3 is choppy in the sense that you've got 1350 crossings in the same area. This is why when we are in level 3, we are targeting the highest places or the lowest places. Either we take sales there or we take buys there. All right?
Okay.
Yeah, so either we take sales there or we take buys there, because 1350 crosses may not be as accurate as you think it will be, unless if it is a higher time frame, maybe a higher time frame, but still you can see on your D1 right here, your 1350 cross happened twice there, but nothing happened.
Yeah.
The market was just stagnant, because it's not just volatilities. Markets sometimes, or most of the times, they form these ugly peak formations where they just stay there for a long time and then they decide to go up and then they come back, test the high, and then off they go. So what I personally usually do or recommend is, instead of me trying to catch a buy here, I will wait for this one. So I will let them do the madness on the level 3 and let them break away from that area and wait for them to come back to it. And the moment they come back to it, I know some people call it breakout, retest, blah, blah, blah. It's still the same concept. By coming back to it, maybe they are coming to the neckline or the previous highs. That is when I take my buy. So I prefer trading these types of trades. That is the exact same thing that I was explaining to one of the guys who asked about this and said, I got hit on V10S and I wasn't sure. I took buys and sells and all that, but the market came back down for the third leg. All right, that can happen. You can't stop the market from doing this, and because it being volatilities, I prefer to let this go and wait for this setup instead. That is the setup that I was showing them. I sent this on Discord and I said, that's the setup I would be waiting for before it had moved, right? Because I'm saying, allow the consolidation to happen. Let them consolidate. Let them break out of the consolidation. Then you can wait for your perfect setup. Some people prefer to trade this instead, this price action, because they say, yeah, it broke out and then came back for a retest. If you have money, it's okay, you can do that. But I want to see huge momentum. I want to see huge momentum away from that level 3, and then a pullback into that level 3. Then I can take the buy. That's how I usually approach these volatilities. But when it's got or M's like these ones that are very clean, well, I don't mind. I can trade them. For example, this one, when you look at it from this perspective, even though on H1 it looks like a massive big M, it's still beautiful. You know, when you look at it from the 4-hour, it's still beautiful. I wouldn't mind trading it, but here there's a problem. Here there's a problem. It's not clear.
Yeah.
So my type of trade is this one, where I will wait for them to break out with momentum, and then when they come back on the neckline, that is where I take them. That's my type of trade. If I see an area that's so dense, like you can see how the consolidation has been happening for quite a while. So I would ignore all that and wait for that comeback to the neckline or the IT50 or retest or whatever you call it. That's how I would approach this kind of trade. It's only that I'm not trading volatilities now. I don't know how I can fix this VPN issue, but I would say yes, watch this candle. If it happens that it becomes red and flashes or with this one or goes past it or whatever, then yeah, definitely we are not buying at this point. We're gonna come back for a sell and clear those lows that we're talking about, these lows right here. It means we're gonna come back down for a sell before we can go for a buy. But if we make this a doji, then yeah, there's a likelihood the next candle will buy. Now, I will explain something again before we move on with that. I know I've said a lot about this CRT model thing, right? There are some cases whereby you've got a perfect candle, you've got a doji thing, and then the next candle comes up the way you expect it to, and you're in profit, and then it comes back down, and then it forms this, and then the next candle goes back down, right? There are some cases like it doesn't mean that the model didn't work. The model worked. You were supposed to see that what higher time frames were saying, and then get your profit and get out of the market, or rather enter a sell after that and follow it. I don't know if I'm making sense. Let me try.
Yes, you're making a level.
Yeah,
Yes.
let me try and find an example. Yeah, maybe let's use this as an example. Right. You've got a perfect candle, and then you've got this one clearing the high of that one and then closing below it. So you know the next candle, which is this one, will first, in fact, not will first, will have to go down, right? So it did go down because this is the daily time frame. It did go down and you would have sold and made money. But because the overall bias was a buy, it then went up. It will definitely go down. Going down, it will do it because it has to, right? But then after that, it then went up. So it doesn't mean that the model failed. You were supposed to pay attention to the direction of the market. So that's what I'm saying here, that you can have this as a doji and then the market will go up and then it will come back down and clear these lows and clear these lows. So it means when you take the buy, you scoop whatever money you want to take, and when you have made that money, then you move out, or maybe you enter a sell, whichever the case may be,
Okay.
and move down with the market until you get to those lows. So there are situations like that where you might look at it and be like, but it never worked on this. Yes, it did work, but then that wasn't the overall direction of the market. So the market had to move in the intended direction. All right. What's the time over there now? 8:25. What's the time over there now?
It's 26 past 11.
26 past 11. All right. So hopefully
Evening,
people
yeah.
are not asleep. Hopefully you're not sleepy. All right. Now let's go into what we wanted to talk about today. Let me see. My whiteboard. Can you see my whiteboard?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Coach can.
So you can see me writing something?
Yes.
Yes, boss of all bosses.
That's good. Just in case, I won't be able, in fact, I won't be able to see the charts. So if you want to say something, just interject. I'll answer. Unless I move away from the whiteboard, I'll see them. But as long as I'm on the whiteboard, I won't be able to see your charts. All right. So what we want to talk about today is time frame blending. So that's what we'll be drilling on for the next 15 to 20 minutes. And then we'll go back to the USDCHF that we discussed. So those who had asked their questions, please hold on your questions. We'll get there. Now, you have, let me draw 4 of them, because we always use 4 time frames. So we've got the weekly, the daily, the H4, and the 1 hour, right? So the weekly time frame formed a nice peak formation, and it's somewhere here. The daily formed this, and it is here, right? So the 4 hour, I'm not going to draw all this. I'll just concentrate on this W. The 4 hour is this. And the 1 hour, I'll concentrate on this last W. Right. I'm sure my diagram is clear. Right. So that's, oh, this pen is not clear. That's a peak. That's a peak. That's a peak. Or maybe these are peaks. Right? Peaks and peak and peak. And obviously you've got resets. So the portion for 4 hour is this one. That's the portion that I drew. I didn't draw the remainder of the stuff. The portion for 1 hour is this one. All right. So you have analyzed your weekly time frame. In your weekly time frame, you are sure this is a sell. All right. That's very good. You found a sell, and yep, the market is selling. That's what you want to see. You go to the D1 time frame, and on the D1 time frame, because here you have said you've got one level down, so you're saying, I want the market to, let me use a different pen, right? I want the market to pull back and test the neckline and then go back for level 2. So all this that you wish would happen on D1, you've got 3 levels of D1, which is the move to the downside and a peak formation. So for this pullback to come, you need D1 to go up, make a reset, and then start to go down. That is what you want to see. From the 4-hour time frame, you want to see an entire 3 levels, right? A peak formation, and then you can go 9 levels, all right? 9 levels, which is this move right here, okay? On H1, you still want to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then form that unending peak formation on 4-hour, and then you can go down. So if you want to trade this pair on this particular day, you come to the charts, you analyze your charts. That is what you see. That is what you want to see happen. Your trade for that particular day that you want to take is supposed to be a buy. D1 is buying, all right? Short pullback, but overall is selling. This is what you call time frame blending. So overall, D1 is also still a sell because you expect a reset and a drop because of W1. So it's selling, but a short-term buy, all right? Short-term or pullback, okay? Or pullback. Yet the 4-hour is on a buy. It's no longer a pullback because that pullback on D1 will be a complete cycle on 4-hour. This then means your H1 is overall a buy, not a sell. Because this move, for it to get there, it will take a while. All right? For it to get there. And the way I drew it in such a way that the move has already started. So that means this should be black as well. The move has already started. Okay? The move has already started. That is the reason why you've got a peak on the D1 there and already going up. Now, if you are expecting to take a sell, let's say you want to sell, you want this W1 sell and not the buy, all right? You want the sell. So because you want the sell, the first question that you should ask yourself is, which time frame are we resetting? All right? Which time frame are we resetting? That's what is going to help you on your timing. If you are resetting the D1 like we are seeing here, the D1 is the one that's supposed to reset, then just know that whatever reset is going to be formed on D1, H1 will take a while, and it also means it will dance around that area and dance around and dance around and dance around, forming M's and W's and M's and W's because it's trying to form a reset on D1. It will take a while. That's what is going to help you on timing. The moment you say, I'm resetting D1, me as a person, I will stay away from that pair until D1 shows me that reset. Because what it simple means is that D1 is not gonna it's gonna take a while for that reset to actually show. And that is where people miss it. Someone sent a chat message, but I can't see it. What are you saying? Or anyone can read it.
He said, I love you, coach, that he's enjoying your teaching, that he's entering his bone marrow.
Who's
That's what he
this?
means. That's Rick Wadi.
Oh,
That's
okay.
he's the one that posted it, but it's your boss of bosses that is talking.
All right, that's good. All right. So that is what will help you to know. So the fact that you are resetting D1, forget about this pair. It doesn't have any money at the moment because DH1 will just show you consolidations, two levels, moves up and down, and you'll be there forever. All right. These are the sort of things that you need to be careful about. But if it were the case where we are now give an example and say, this reset has happened and we are now here, right? We are now here. Now, that means we want to see a pullback and form level 1 on D1. Now, that pullback and formation of level 1 on D1, it means we are resetting H4. Because remember, one level on D1 is 3 levels on H4. So it means that pullback on level 1 of D1 is going to be a reset on H4 after 3 levels. So that reset, because it is on H4, it's going to be clear also on H1. So it won't be that much of a hassle, and you can take that trade because it's forming on a smaller time frame. And even the good part of it, let's assume that we are actually on level 1 on H4, and we wanna reset and go to level 2 on H4. That means it's even going to be more clear because the reset will form on H1. So the first question is, which time frame are we resetting? If we are resetting a higher time frame, then stay away from that pair. If we are resetting a lower time frame like the H4 and the H1 and the M15, then you can still trade that pair because on the higher time frames, you are still moving in levels. All right. I'm sure this is very clear and people understand it. This is what makes peak formations being hard to trade. Reason being, you come to a chart and you see the market forms this on D1. But yet on H4, you've got an M there, a W there, and an M there. Those V's are actually M's and W's. Come to think of it, on H1, that's an M, that's a W, that's an M, that's a W, an M, a W, etc. on H1. So imagine how many of these you're going to have. You're going to have plenty of them. So you can already see how clumsy it already is for you to have the move. It will take a while for you to have that move, but you will be on H1 trying to trade a D1 reset or peak formation. All right. So that's what you need to be careful of. And that's what I think makes people lose it when it comes to time frame blending. But when it's in the weekly, people, they don't have issues. That's one thing that I have seen. Like if maybe say D1 has pulled back and it's doing this, right? On H4, obviously you have that. All right. Sorry, that's a peak and that's a reset. So you have that. So I know people, this is just a pullback. So it will be a consolidation on D1. People don't have problems with this because you are resetting H4, everything is so clear and it's easy to trade. But because you are doing the peak instead, it gets a little bit clumsy. And that is what we were witnessing on USD CHF. All right. Now, all right. So, okay. So we're going to go to USD CHF. I'm sure, Praise, you can see what's going on with this candle right there. So it is important to make decisions after a candle closes. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very
I-
important to make decisions after a candle close. Now look at that. Everything
Wow.
has already changed.
Yeah.
So
I wish I had taken that.
yeah, if you had taken the buy, you could have been in good profit, but I would be
Yes.
surprised if I see it now come back down there, because being a boom, it will take time for it to come back down there. I don't know what, because right now you said it's 11. So if it
Yeah.
closes as a green candle like this, then it means it defeats the whole purpose of the CRT model. All right. Okay.
Okay.
So that's not what I wanted to be on, by the way. But yeah, I thought maybe I should show you that.
Yeah.
USDCHF. Now I can see your charts page because we're back into the charts. USDCHF. Right. So we were speaking about this USDCHF, and Ricky, would you mind repeating your question? If you still
Okay,
remember it.
yes, I do. I was saying, how long would it take? Like, if we do get the Head and Shoulders,
Yes.
right?
Yes, now I've remembered the entire question. Yes. So you were saying because we are expecting a head and shoulder, right? We assume a head and shoulder will form. How long it's gonna take? Now, that's up to the dealer. I, for one, don't know as well. However, looking at this, I would say, number one, we're probably gonna have Monday do that, and then we have Tuesday do that, and Wednesday do that, and Thursday, and then Friday, and end in consolidation. So all I'm saying is, for next week, there's a likelihood that the entire week will just be second shoulder formation if we're expecting a head and shoulder. For next week, we're just going to be expecting a head and shoulder formation, and that's all. We might not see the move. In fact, someone is saying Friday NFP. So in fact, that NFP might actually be the one that will then push the market upside and closes it there. That's what's probably going to happen. That's what I think will happen. That if we are expecting a head and shoulder, we will just have the market do that and the week will end. Look at, this is Friday, this is Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. All right. And then you have Friday, Thursday. Okay, so this is Monday. You have Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. So you can clearly see that for them to form this one, they took the entire week. So the entire week just to form one shoulder, another week to form the head, and so most probably another week to form the other shoulder. Now, how then do I know, okay, when exactly that is going to happen? All I have to do is I will take a buy at this particular time because I'm expecting a buy, right? I'll take a buy and go with my buy. And then because I know I'm now at level 3, I will exit my buy and then leave the market to form the head, the shoulder. Because all it means is I cannot trade this downward move knowing that I'm expecting the market to then eventually go up. So I will wait for the low of the week for that particular week. I'll wait for the low of the week. So I will have stop hand high for the week. Sorry, I'll have a high for the week and then stop hand low, which is the low of the week, and then a buy, which would then come with next week going forward. Or sometimes I can have a consolidation on Monday, right? And then Tuesday be the one that goes up. And then Wednesday be the one that comes down, and Thursday and Friday, and close the market like this. Just like that. All right. So this being Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then close the market right there. Then on Monday next week, then have the entire move. Next week. Yeah. Oh, next week, since I'm now on Sunday. So that's how I would expect it to come. That's how I will be doing my time frame blending. So that means for now, the trade available to me is a buy for now. So I will take the buy, whether it comes on Monday or it comes on Tuesday. I will take the buy, and then I won't trade the sell because I'm expecting a buy. I will leave the sell, let it go until the buy comes. Then I will take the buy again when it comes on the low of the week, which I think the NFP might be used as an excuse to push that. Right. Now, someone asked a question. I think it's all about anyone counting this is a level.
Yes, Oluwasesan.
Yes.
The levels counting.
And that is, oh no. That, oh, come on, what's going on? Oh, okay. That is a level. And that is a level. I'm using these boxes so that it becomes clear what his question was. And I am 100% with you. That is a possibility. All right. I'm 100% with you. So, yes, you can count these levels this way and actually say 1, 2, 3. The only downside to it is this. Remember our peak formations? We want to have an M formation, a W formation, and another M formation. That's what you want to have, right? Oh, sorry. M formation, W formation, and an M formation. All right? That is what you would want to have, something like that. So this is the reason why we started counting from here as our level 3, because this point and that point are not that different to me. They are more or less all in the same area. All right. But then again, because you counted the way you counted, it still doesn't change anything. Remember what I said, guys. these things are subjective. You can still count a different way and still arrive in the same area. Like the same way that he counted and said 1, 2, and said maybe someone might say this is a 3. All right. It's still the same thing. What are you expecting? Head and shoulder or a second leg? You're still expecting the same thing because you arrived at a level 3 and then you're saying, I'm expecting a second leg, right? Because we know that DXY is a buy, then we know USDCHF is a buy. So being at the 200 EMA does not mean that the market will then start to form a reset and start to go on a long-term sell. It will, yes, it will definitely buy. It can be a head and shoulder. It can be a second leg. So whichever way you decide to count, if you are arriving at the same point, that's 100% okay. All right? Because that sometimes happens. But if it was me, like I said, I will consider this as my peak, my W, my peak, and then say this is the higher time frame peak, and then I'll start counting from there and say this entire thing is all in the same level. So my levels start from here. This is why I only got 1.5 ATR from here. All right. But what you did is still not wrong. We arrive in the same point at the end of the day, and we are all expecting the same setup. All right. So that can happen sometimes. Now, if you switch to the D1 time frame, you can then see how your M's and W's, the one you are seeing, they are actually shrinking. Now they're showing you a much more cleaner setup. On D1, on W1, obviously it's a little bit different, but they're showing you a much more cleaner setup. You can tell here that on a smaller time frame, this is an M, this is a W, right? And you've got another M there. It might not be visible now, but if you go to the D1, you can then see that, oh yeah, that looks like an M, that looks like a W, and that looks like an M. And can you see how we had level 3? We had, let me use boxes so you people can see what I'm talking about. You have level 1, you have level 2, you have level 3. Remember, we're forming a W1 peak, right? And we actually went 3 levels up. So you can trade this move while we're forming a peak, all right?
Push. Can I say, looking from this direction, can I say this is the second leg? 1, 2, 3.
All right, I'll wait for your pen. Okay. I will say yes and no.
Okay.
Yes,
I want to learn.
in the sense that I am very much on higher time frames. I do not like to see my second legs being too far away from the first leg. I'd not like to see that. Why? Because if you look at your left hand side, right, you might be tempted to say first leg, second leg, and then say level 1 and say level 2, and then say, where's my third leg? Or expect a sell here, and the sell never comes. Does that make sense?
I think that is one of the errors that I'm making. I think that's the error that I'm making on daily. I think, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that.
Because you have peak formation, right? Level 1 into a consolidation, level 2 into a consolidation, level 3, right? And then remember, we said when we are going towards a reset, we have how many? About 3? About
3.
1.5 or
1.5 for the test.
Yeah,
but
there, right
4
there.
hours will be 9.
Yeah, right there. All right.
Okay.
Towards the reset. Then you get to a reset. Now, this you can, if you want to show someone that I saw an M on on a higher time frame, yeah, you can gladly say you saw an M formation in a higher time frame, but be very careful. The legs on higher time frames, if they are not at least equal or close, this is too many pips away. Too many pips away from the first
Okay.
leg. So that will mean this is level 1, drop, level 2, drop, and level 3, drop. Do you
Okay.
see it?
Okay.
Level
Yeah.
1, rise, level 2, rise, and level 3, rise. Now you are at a peak formation here. You're at a peak formation. I know someone will look at this and say, but what about this? That's part of the first leg. That's why you start to see some choppiness in there. It's part of the first leg, all right? And you can tell how close your second leg is from the first leg.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you can tell how close that is from the first leg. So
I think I've learned something. Once the second leg that we are looking at, second leg is far from the first stop, we should look at it that it might be level 1.
Yeah, yes, 100%. On higher time frames, 100%.
Yes, yes. So we can start from daily time frame, Abi, or 4
Yeah,
hours.
yeah, daily time frame. 4 hours
Okay.
usually it will be a V, so it will be so clear. It
Okay.
will be so clear, yeah.
It
But
will be W or M.
sorry, yeah, V or W, yes. All right. So this is it.
I think I get it now.
So you never go wrong when you do
Thank you,
it
sir.
this way. All right. So that's what we need to be careful of, guys. Same applies here. Okay. I know someone will look at this and be like, but they went down there, right? I remember us marking these levels and I said, your first move was this one, all the way up to somewhere there, right? Your second move is the whole entire thing right here, coming down up to there. Can you see that? Let me try and zoom it a little bit. I remember us marking these levels and we said, you have level 3, and then you have the first drop closing the month, closing the month into a consolidation, and you have the second drop to the close of that month, and then you have the last drop. I don't know if this is making sense.
Yes, yes.
I remember us marking that. So on higher time frames, you're just looking for moves. Yes, if you want, you can still push this over there. I know variations are there. You can still push this over there and say, that is my third push. It still serves the same purpose. There's nothing different. But your move within the month is your level. All right? That move is your ADR move within the month. That's your ADR move. That's what you're looking for on higher time frames. You're looking for those clear moves and say, yes, it has done that. Yes, it has done that. And then lastly, it has done that. So that means that's done. So you've got 3 there, 3 there, 3 there. Now, the reason why you have these short levels compared to the left-hand side. Can you see the left-hand side, how long these levels took? But when you come here, you've got short levels. That's why you even have challenges trying to count them. It's because of what they were forming on W1, right? It's because of what they were forming on W1. That is where the confusion is coming from. But if they were not forming this on W1, you were going to do whatever you want because the levels were going to be very clear. But because they were trying to form that, that's why the levels were not very clear. If you look at the monthly time frame, you can clearly see how it's like on the monthly time frame. So it's so clear. You can see a proper W. But then again, like we always say, we can only validate this W if this neckline gets taken out. That's a very important thing. All right. If this neckline gets taken out, that's the only way we can validate this W. And remember what I said to praise. If you are not sure or comfortable with this, then better yet, wait for this trade. Wait for this trade. If you are not comfortable trading this one, wait for this one. But unfortunately, it's gonna come. I don't know when, because that's a monthly time frame. So it might take a while for you to see that buy. Another thing you can do is immediately when price breaks that and closes above, like confirming that, yeah, it is closed above that neckline or high, you can then start taking buys and sells, whichever the direction is going according to H1, knowing that, at least now I've got a clear direction where this market is going. And I know even if it is going to pull back, I can still take the sell. When it gets there, I can still take the buy. You already know the buyers for a very long time. Right. But as long as you are still within the cage, as long as you're still within the cage, it's hard for you to know the buyers until you break out, because the dealer can come back down here and go back up and come back down and go back up. No one will fault him if he decides to do that. All right. That's why we call them ranging markets. No one will fault the dealer if that happens, because it can happen that he decides, no, you know what, we're going to range for the entire year on that and the next year before we move. But our expectation, because we want to see either a buy or sell, we don't expect ranges, we expect moves. Ours is a breakout of that and then come back, then we take it. Something similar would be
Sorry, coach.
yes.
On AUD USD, there was a breakout on D1, but the market still do otherwise.
Where is AU? Because they this one has been said. You know, I kind of regret not giving you the setup this week, because like I said, I did sell GU and EU. I regret not giving you, because when they were here, I was expecting a sell, and I was so amazed when I saw this whole thing turn out, and I'm like, oh yeah, it looks like we are indeed going down. So if you look at it closely, you were expecting to see the market come here, right? There.
Yes.
All right. And then go back up. Are we together, right? However, remember, oh shit, this is the wrong template. Okay. Sorry about that. This is the wrong template. All right, let's try this one. Yeah, this one is more cleaner. So remember, we have been selling for quite a while, right? Maybe let's go to trading view. This is where I hate these trading view will show us something more cleaner. Right. It's not that clean as well, but yeah, whatever. I wanted to say from the monthly time frame, you can still see the CRT model here. It's only that they opened with a gap. So that's why this last candle, the one for February, didn't open there, but it opened a little lower than that. And I kind of hate that. But if you go to the weekly time frame, this is the reason why your setup never worked. All right. You've got a peak formation. I'm sure you've already seen where I'm going. Because we're expecting them to sell, this is what happened. And this is what happened. You get that? And the reason why I supported sales is because of the CRT model. That's why I looked at those and I said, okay, I'm not going to share them, but this is where I'm coming from. And I'm sorry for not sharing this, but that is what I had seen. And I said, there is no way W1 will not fulfill the CRT model. And that's exactly what happened. I don't know why it doesn't want to point there. All right. Yeah. So you've got the first perfect candle. You've got the market clearing the high of that candle. And then after that, the market closes below. This one is even more perfect, like very, very perfect. So that means there wasn't going to be an ID50. Remember, we are on a sell, right? And let me remove this a little bit. We are at a point of interest right there. All right, we are at a neckline. I know this candle is a little bit long, like this one. I know it's a bit long. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. I mean, this candle, I know it's a bit long, but that is exactly where the market came to and tested. All right. And then went down. Now, as soon as they gave that model, that's when I knew that, yeah, there is no ID50 coming for us. There is no reset coming for us. We're going to go down. Now, on that particular week or particular day, that's when I knew that is what was going to happen. And you can see that's exactly what happened. Same area right there. And the market quickly went down. Now, if we come to H1 and say, oh, no, what really transpired here? We can then see that we had 1, 2, and 3 into an unending consolidation. Sorry. All right. Into an unending consolidation. And then we had reset right there. If I put M as, that's the reset point right there. Into 1, into 2, and lastly into 3. Right there. So being at 3 now, what do? We form a peak formation, right? We form a peak formation, this being the first leg, and that being the second leg, and that being the neckline. So I saw the market here. So what I saw was the market playing around that neckline, around there. That's when I then went to the higher time frames and I said, look, there's a CRT model here. So if that is the case, then, and we are at a neckline, and I've seen all the 3 levels, which is 2 levels for H4, then it means what's supposed to happen is H4 is supposed to reset, because I've seen level 1, I've seen level 2. So H4 has to reset. So that means from there, all I want to see is sells. And the CRT model for the weekly time frame is saying the market has to sell. So that is why I thought, there's no IT50 for this peak formation that's going to happen. There's no way we will come to the IT50 and decide to go. Let's go back to this one. So I thought there's no way we will come here and test this area and then go back up and then form another big peak and then come back down. That's when I thought, nah, that's too far-fetched. Not that it's not really possible, but it wasn't really something that was going to happen. So that's what I thought, that's not going to happen. I know we were all anticipating this, something like that. I was also anticipating it. I don't want to lie. I was also anticipating that kind of a setup. But then immediately when I saw W CRT model and I saw, okay, this is our neckline for that W, the week, because that neckline was tested already there. So we're not going back to it. So it means the next neckline that we need to test is this one, or you can even call this one, but it's still in the same area. So that's when I knew that this is the neckline that we're going for. And when we got there, then I expected it to be a sell. So that W was very good. It was a very good W. But unfortunately, because the market is on a sell, that's why we wanted to expect a sell. I still want to see more of continuous drops. And to me, I still believe all this is being fueled by this guy right here. I think this guy is the one that's responsible for all this continuous drop. Whether you want to say this is level 1, this is level 2, and you want level 3, or you say,
Thank you.
or you,
Thank you.
yeah, or you say this is level 1, and then you want to see level 2. At the end of the day, it is a sell. All right.
Thank you, Coach.
Yes.
This thing, if it shall go to Delhi, is Madam Jokemi on call? Is she still on
Yes,
call?
yes,
Can you
yes.
zoom
Yes,
in? Can
I'm
you zoom
here.
in? Do you
It's like
remember?
we did it like two weeks back.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to tell you. That can you zoom it? Can you zoom it? This one finally zoom it.
Is that okay? Or some more?
No, zoom in. Still zoom it more.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No. More.
More.
Yeah, I'm okay. I saw this dropping, and one thing I love and I appreciate, and I still use it till tomorrow that you gave us this monthly drop. We should draw it, then go back to 4 hours, see 4 hours in it. This, all those 3 4 hours, then also see 1 hour. So that was what helped me to discover that there is still going to be drop. I even told her that they're coming, drop it on the group that there's still going to be a 1 cent. He said, no, I don't want to drop. But I forgot to drop it. So I knew definitely that there was good, but I don't want to argue with you or argue with anybody on the distance. So I said, okay, let me just watch out how he's going to play. And he played out perfectly.
Yes. So the
So I'm
reason,
still expecting more drop.
yes, 100%. The reason for the drop is coming from there. The fact that the market marked this as 1 and then marked, okay, this as 2. We said that's how we're gonna do on higher time frames. All right. Now you see this low is that low. Remember what I said. Every time the market comes to previous peak formations, it will react. That is what you see happen there. Every time the market comes to previous peak formations, it will react. That's what you saw there. The market reacted because those are support and resistance areas. So the market
It's a
reacted.
pullback.
Yeah. You've got a peak formation there. That's why the market reacted there. In as much as it is a 50, it is a neckline, but the market was going to react there, even if it wants to go up. All right. Someone was on this buy, which is very good. Traded it for a couple of weeks, like more than 6-7 weeks. But then it was going to react when it gets there because those are peak formations. And still, it will react when it gets down here. It has to react. And in fact, I am expecting the peak formation, the peak formation low to be in that area right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I expect to see it right down there. So whatever is happening now, it better happen fast, no matter how long it's going to take. I want to see it go down, all right? And this being the weekly time frame, listen this very carefully, guys. This being the weekly time frame, all right? You have what we call the high of the year in 2024. In 2024. So what the market is doing here, or was doing, or will continue doing, is mark the high of the year for this particular year, 2025. All right? So the market will form the high of the year right there. And clearly it has shown us that it's going for level 3 and it has already started selling. So we want to see continuous sell setups for the entire year. We want to see continuous sell setups. Now you already know what AUD/USD is supposed to do for the rest of the year. All right? Because this sell unfolded right in front of our eyes. I remember we traded it from here all the way up to somewhere there. I remember we traded it. And then after that, we started trying to catch the buy setups and
Yeah,
couldn't.
that
We got,
it hits like 3 times.
yeah, we got bent here and there trying to get the buy setups until we said, nah, let's forget the buy setups. Let's go back to the sales. And I remember we restarted our sales and we sold the portion of that from there. All right. So we don't want to make the same mistake again. Now we want to see the high of the year 2025 and we want to trade away from that high. So that peak formation, according to the information available to us at the present moment, this peak formation is the high of the year. At the moment, it is the high of the year, and there is a likelihood it might not be broken. Why? Because the market is in a downward trend. So I can assure you that if we happen to come for a reset here for some reason, please make sure you do take the sell. And if you have lever, you can hold for quite a while, okay? But there's a likelihood that the reset that will form here for a sell is gonna be a very long-term one, and we might sell for the entire year. Again, the market can decide to come down here, break this low, all right, and then come back up to give us an ID50 or a retest. We can, if you miss any of those, you can still take this one. There's nothing wrong. You can still take that one. All right. It's still okay. This being the daily time frame, obviously the start of the month, we might start with a sell, or we might start with a pullback and then a sell, or we might have a head and shoulder here. Shoulder, head, and shoulder. We might have a shoulder there. Remember, we're already at level 3, so the market might start going up
So, I
to,
mean, the market might come to 0.6363.
yeah, yes, exactly. Two more levels. It might give us a peak formation and then go one and go two more levels and then form a reset. And that being a head and shoulder. Where is our shoulder? Okay, our shoulder is this one. This one. So that means if I put my line here, this is where it is. So the market might form a peak and go one and go two, or form a peak and go one and go two and go three. All right. And because you can't see it, but on the higher time frames you can, then you know that's a peak formation high, and then you sell from there. So these are the things that we need to look at, guys. Look at the monthly time frame instead, right? Now, the perfect reset is on the monthly time frame. But again, we can't rely on the monthly time frame because it takes a while.
Mm.
One,
1, 2, 3.
two there, and three there, right? That same low that I said we might be aiming for now is
Will now
what
be the
formed,
level
yeah,
1 reset.
yes, right there. You've got a reset right there. So that will be level 3 into level 1 there.
So is it until you break that that third level that we will now call it level 1?
Yes. If they break the level,
That's
then we
confirm
can
reset.
confirm that now we come back into the range and continue the sell. But if they come here and just form a second leg, all right?
Non confirm.
Yeah, it's not confirmed. So it will take a while. But for now, it is a sell. It will take a while. And then you can have a situation where this is what happens. So whatever happens now, we want to see a sell all the way up to that low. Then we can start talking from there. But yes, we can confirm this is a reset. This is 3. This is 2. This is 1. And we are still at
Waiting
reset
for 1.
into 1. Yeah, reset into 1. So when we get to 1, this is where we'll see what the market intends. Unfortunately, as always, we do not have enough data to tell where this is coming from, because trading is not a very old, too old thing. So you might not get this data on MT4s. I'm not quite sure where the trading view shows. Where the trading view has got enough data. Sometimes they also hide some of their data and say, if you want to access it, yeah, that's where it starts as well, around 1999, somewhere there. Yeah, that's where it starts too. So that's all that this pair has done. But I'm referencing back to my submission on volatilities when I said if we were seeing only up to here, we would say we don't have enough data. But
Yes.
in this case, we have seen a peak form and we've seen us move away from that peak and moving into level 1, level 2, and level 3. So now we can then use that to deduce where the market is actually going. All right. We can use that to tell. You can even see here, you've got what looks like a peak, and you've got 1, you've got 2 reversed, 2 here,
3.
yeah, and then you've got 3 there.
3.
So you can actually tell that you have 1, 2, 3, right? And then 1, 2, 3, and a reset. So we want to see whether when we get down here, are we gonna go up or are we gonna break this
Confirm
and go
or
down?
non confirm.
Yeah. So we don't know at this stage, but guys, this move from here to there will take a while, and we can gladly trade it on the way down. We can gladly trade it on the way down.
That's the sheet code.
Yeah, it will take a while for it to form because this is the monthly time frame. Even if you come to the 1 hour time frame, you will not see that low.
Coach, just click that price 2 times. Click it 2 times. Click it 2 times. The price side, the price side. Click it 2 times. No, the price.
You mean all right. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. All right, I
Okay.
didn't know that. Okay. Oh, good. You see, learning never ends, eh? Yeah, I didn't know that. Okay. Oh, so you can just click it and
Yes. Once you click it, to reset. Just click it twice.
that's good. That's good. That's good.
Or you where your mouse is there, you will see there is an arrow there. You just use it to reset also. Those are the 2 or 3 ways to do that.
What arrow?
Just put it down. You carry your mouse down. Mouse down. Is around that place. Bring your mouse down. Just you have just click your screen 2 times. Click your screen 2 times. Yeah, bring your mouse down. Bring your mouse down.
Uh,
Around that place. Move it to the center. There is an arrow. No, just move it to the center. There is an
just move it
arrow.
to the
No,
center.
just be carried. There is an arrow. Put it to where the RSI is.
It's like the CDI is covering it.
Just put
Oh,
it to
this is
where the
covering
CDI
it.
is. Not that. Not that. Put your mouse here. Here, let me mark it. Around here. Yeah, put it there.
Oh, there.
There should be something there. Oh yeah, open it up. Open your
This is
TDI
the
up.
TDI. Yes, this is the TDI.
Okay, now bring your mouse there. There should be it's there, but it seems that you are not getting it.
Yeah,
It's there.
I'm not
I
getting
know that
it. All
it's
right.
there, but don't
All
worry.
right.
You can be using that one. It's there.
Yeah, I know,
It's
but this
there.
one should work. That's good. That's good. All right. So, okay. Maybe I can talk and talk and talk and talk, but that's what I wanted to explain to you
I
guys.
think
And
it's very clear.
I
Thank you
wanna
for
know from you guys, what is your submission? I know we already have 4 people left because some people have gone to sleep.
mine is still sell that we are still gonna be looking for, but they might first of all pull back
Mm-hmm.
using. Then they will now use Friday, maybe Friday or Thursday to now drop it. Even though I believe they will start dropping from Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So they will now use Friday to now go deeper. That's my own
Ah,
because the dealer always use news to go to their direction.
mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. Nah, it's all right, guys. I will let you go and sleep.
What are you thinking about the gold now?
Oh, the gold. Oh.
Hello.
Yeah, we
You
didn't.
can go, Mama. You can go.
Now, for those who wanna sleep, please go and sleep. You watch the recording. We're almost done, anyways. Gold. I think gold is very
It's on
clear.
third.
It's on third level right now.
Is it third? They are reset. There will be a reset to buy there.
Yeah,
There will be
yeah,
quick formation.
yeah.
That's what I'm expecting. Level 1, level 2.
Yeah, gold is supposed to buy now. It will form. Yeah, it's on a reset. That's very good. Yeah, gold is on a reset and it's supposed to buy this week. So this week we expect a buy on gold.
Because I'm looking, is there any form of sign that it might break that place?
Nope.
That's what I want to read.
Nope.
Yeah.
We need to come down to this low. That's what gold needs to do. This is a very perfect setup. You can see how your first leg has got a shark fin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is what you want to see on gold.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what you want to see. So this week, expect a buy
Is
on
there any
gold.
possibility that when it gets to that 200 level on 1 hour, it might come down?
Yes, there is a possibility. Hold on. There is a possibility, even though the D1 is a little bit flat. I would say gold will go to my first target for a drop will be either the 50 EMA, which is obviously that high right there. So I would expect it to get there.
Yeah.
Or get there.
Because I'm looking at 2770.
Yeah, but that's where I would expect. My first preference would be that. I know this one is too far-fetched. It might happen, might not. But that one, that's where I expect to see gold go to. Right there.
Okay.
At least if it does that, then it would have shown us that it's at a 50 EMA, and so it will do something like this. And then do that.
Okay.
Yeah, to align with other USD pairs.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I
So,
would
Coach,
expect.
please, can you go to 1 hour, sir?
1 hour. Mm-hmm.
On this 1 hour, this is what I always get confused that he draw, he gave me this, he gave me this, he gave me this. So what are the preference that will look that this thing, it might just come to 50 and just break and continue? What are the preference? Is it that once it break that price, we should look at the reaction, then wait for this 50, which is this pullback, before we pick any trade?
All right. So this is how I will do it. Yeah, this is how I will do it. So looking at this, I would say the reason how this setup came about, let me use boxes. The reason this setup came about, it was because of the neckline, right?
Okay.
The neckline, that's what happened. So if you look to your left, where do you think the next setup is going to be?
It's going to be at the 2849.
No, I mean the reset is going to be
The
here.
reset is going to be the next neckline for the first level.
Yes, there. That's where you expect to see your reset, right? Yeah. It's not like it's going to be accurately there, but
I understand. I think now I got something perfectly
but that's
now.
where I expect
Just
to
looking
see the
like
market
at
sit.
a resistance level.
That's where I would expect the market to be. And then your first target, let's say you're sold, your first target is this one.
Okay.
So it's not a coincidence that the market reacted where it once reacted the last time. It's not really a coincidence. All right.
Okay.
And then
Thank you so much.
like we said, if it were to go further down as in the 4-hour time frame, this is how far it will go.
Okay.
And if you look at that, right there, that's how far it will go if it comes down there. Or better yet, we said that might be the other case. So you can see how the market has been reacting. Those points where we put lines, we just put lines there. We didn't specify anything, but already you can see how the market reacted in those areas.
And those area.
You can see how they reacted in those areas. So there's a likelihood the same thing will happen again here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Coach. So let me be greedy. So let me release so that every other people they might just go. Coach, you didn't go to church today. What happened?
It's still
Because I know that
9:30.
this is church hour.
Yeah. It's still 9:30, so it should be going now. Yeah. But
Greet Michael Orokpo for me. Your GU.
all right, I will.